All right. So only in Britain can a guy hit a ball, run back and forth, and you guys call it cricket. Well, over here we need helmets, pads, and a halftime show just to throw a ball a few yards.
If that doesn't summarize the differences between the two countries, I don't know what will, to be honest. That just highlights it. Right there. Enough said. Podcast over. Oh shit, I'm using a ball already.
Too early to be dropping your balls on this one.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Two Sides of the Pond, the podcast where myself, Matthew, and this yank over here, Dwayne. Hello, Dwayne.
Hello.
We discuss lots of random shit about the differences between our two countries. And we do a pretty terrible job at it as well, because we haven't got the faintest fucking idea what's going on half the time. But we roll with it. We give it a go. We talk, utter bollocks, and we repeat the process over and over again. And today, we're talking about sport in general, I think. There's quite a few differences between what we have for sport in this country. And you start off with cricket. I'm going to start off by saying as well that I find cricket utterly boring. It is the most pointless thing I've ever seen in my life. Because you have this person with a ball like this.
Right. Okay.
In the hand, you know, and he does the longest fucking run up in the world, right? He runs from the fucking other stadium on the other side of the country, right? So the longest run up ever with a ball. And then he bowls it. I'm just fighting my tree here at this point. I really shouldn't try and bowl. But he bowls it like that. Ball gone. And the guy with the cricket bat just goes, oh! And that's it. And he might run, depending on how far he pushes it. But occasionally just, nah, I won't run that one.
It kind of sounds a little bit more like baseball to me than comparing it to football.
Yeah, but at least with baseball, they do that the whole fucking like leg up in the air sort of bullshit and then throw the ball. None of this running up crap. And never go, the bat's like, here, batter, here, batter, swing. You know, it's a bit more interesting. You know, whereas cricket is just, you tap in the side of your shoe, you know, waiting for it to create a hole in the ground for whatever fucking reason. I'm going to be ridiculed by, you know, people who love cricket, but fuck you all. And then it's just, it's boring. It is a snooze fest.
I have been to Yankee Stadium to watch the Yankees play the Mets.
You yank.
And it was supposed to be the most exciting thing ever to be able to be in the Yankee Stadium.
And was it? Was it exciting at all?
It was the most boring thing I've ever done in my life. Because you just, I can't watch sports. It is so boring. I really, really can't. Baseball especially. Baseball, you sit there, you throw the ball a million times. Maybe they hit it, maybe they don't. They run a little diamond pattern. It just, I don't know. Being there was nothing exciting. Every once in a while, pattern? Yes.
It's a square,
so they go from, diamond and square, tell me the difference. 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 45-degree angle. Like, you take a square and you shift it. It's a diamond.
It's still a fucking square.
It's a diamond.
You're still running straight, and you do a 90-degree turn, run straight, and you do that 3 times until you're back home. You're still the square. Why would you call it diamond? What's the point of that?
Run it 4 times, dear. 4 times.
Yeah, I said 3 turns. 4 runs, 3 turns. If you listened, dear.
No. All right, so
try and catch me out what I'm saying.
A square moved to the side. What is the difference?
It's still a fucking square, man.
It's a diamond. They call it the diamond. They call it a diamond when it comes to, like, no one has ever referred to the field as a square. It's a diamond. Okay? But it is boring nonetheless. So this is more exciting than going to Yankee Stadium and watching a game. Now, I can tell you from personal experience, again, I've seen basketball in person. I've seen hockey in person.
That's something I would like to do.
Hockey.
I would like to go to hockey because that is just like a massive fisty fight, isn't it? It's just you get people thrown into the glass, smashed around the face.
And people get excited.
I would too.
So excited. They call it, I think they call it the breakaway. once they get the puck,
What breaks away? Their fucking teeth?
When people are standing there and they have the puck on the ice and they shoot it and they run a certain portion. Well, when they take their shot or when they make a run for it from one part,
a run
pass
on the ice.
On the ice, yes.
That's what they running, call it. Are you? It's not. How's that a run for it? You ain't running. You're ice skating. You and your fucking way of describing things. Fucking diamonds are squares. That's it. There we go. Thank you. When you skate, you make a skate for it.
You skate for it towards the goal. And once you hit a certain point, you are so close to being able to take the shot by using your little hockey stick. Okay. People actually stand up.
It's called a puck.
The stick. You take the stick, the hockey stick, and hit the puck.
The puck's thing is it? Yeah, the puck's thing.
Yeah, the puck's a little. It's the.
I'm with you.
All right. So if you were to ever make me a hamburger on a grill, I'm sure that would be just like a puck. Think of that. Overdone.
I know what a puck is, you bastard.
No, you don't. Apparently, you don't.
I do. I know what the puck is. I mistakenly thought the fucking stick was called a puck. Then remembering what the puck actually. I know what the puck is. I know what it looks like. I'm never making you a fucking burger.
So
I'll buy one from McDonald's.
So welcome to Two Sides of the Pond, where two people don't know what the fuck they're talking about today.
In fairness, I did start off this episode by saying that, I gave a full disclaimer that we are just going to talk utter shit, especially when it comes to sports, because I don't enjoy sports really. Most of it's just bollocks. The only sport I enjoy is Formula 1. The racing, for those that don't know what the fuck Formula 1 is, like you. But that's the only sport that I actually follow religiously and watch.
So I don't know if it's just a United States thing or not, but I could be walking in a public place, and if someone is wearing a certain college team shirt, and someone knows it's from that town, like LSU is a big one, they'll yell, "Go Lions," as they run, when they pass them. It's like this big camaraderie between men. It's so weird. It's you don't know this person. Shut the fuck up. I don't know how people have that kind of camaraderie. It's kind of like sitting down and watching a sport on TV and yelling at the TV like your coach. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, the fans are apparently experts, yeah.
Do you yell at the TV or talk to the TV during Formula One? Because you watch Formula One. You listen to it and you watch it. So
occasionally, yeah, there have been occasions where there've been occasions where I've seen a massive crash or something that and I've just sort of then vented my frustration towards the person that I felt was to blame for the crash.
Kind of what you do with me in this podcast. Got it.
Basically. Yeah, thing. Yeah, so there have been times where I have that, I remember I was watching one race, which is at Silverstone, which is the Great Britain track.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
I still have the tag on this.
Boop, twat. Anyway.
So, whatever.
So Silverstone, I was watching the race, this was a few years back, and Lewis Hamilton, which is a British driver, was in the lead, and his tyre went kaboom. It blew up, just deflated on the last lap. And he then had to go around 2/3 of the track on a tyre that was basically non-existent, and he still managed to win. But that was intense. I was screaming at the TV then, just sort of trying to will him on. There's a few more corners, because Max Verstappen, who's from the Netherlands, was catching him very, very fast. It went from 25 seconds behind Lewis to then be finishing the race 3 seconds behind. So gained that amount of time in a single lap, because his car was fucked, but still won it.
Have you driven a race car, like a professional Formula One car?
No.
You do that in Florida.
What, a Formula One car?
It's either Formula
or something like it.
Or NASA. NASCAR race.
No, I haven't
here
driven.
In Florida.
Yeah, I haven't driven such a thing. I have, however, done karting before, go-karting. So that's the closest I've got to. But I won my first karting race. I came second.
Go-karting is like a step above bumper cars. Like,
Bullshit. Now, it depends on the amount of power of the go-kart. You can get some high-power go-karts. It's a serious thing in the UK as well, as lots of tracks we have here, and people take it very, very seriously. And if you look at some of the Formula One races like Lewis Hamilton, he started his career in karting. That's where he began. That's where he learned his techniques with braking, was in karting, and then he progressed into the Formula Series, and then eventually into Formula One. So, yeah, it's way above bumper cars. But that's just a typical Yank response to that.
You know what though? I'm thinking more like, here's my $20, and I'm gonna go around a track.
Yeah, what you're thinking of is the fucking speedway track in Disney. Yeah. That's what you're thinking of, the Magic Kingdom, where you're stuck on a bar and you can't do shit to get off it unless you really steer it fast.
A little more than that.
A little more
Tennessee. In Tennessee, where I stay, there are several. Type of go-kart.
Have you ever been to them?
I've watched.
But you haven't participated, right?
Do I ever?
So shut the fuck up. So I did one.
I know what my eyes see. There's no bar.
Debatable. I did one in.
Oh, look, I see an asshole. What?
I did one in Dundee, and that was quite fast. And I remember that was an intense one. We did a particular evening where it was intense racing. Usually you do like a couple practice sessions, a quali, and then a race, and that's it. Whereas this was like long stints of just go around and set the fastest time you could. It wasn't a race per se. And I remember that just tore all of my muscles in my arms. The whole arm was torn, and my stomach muscles as well. My abs were just on fire. I remember the next morning when I woke up, I could barely move my arms. I was so not used to doing that intense driving, in a short space of time, that it took me by surprise, and I was in agony for a couple of days. You know, when you do like a weighted workout for the first time since like not moving your ass for like the past 50 years, and you just generally tear everything, and then you have that sort of that pain, that recovery pain. I had that after like 3 hours worth of karting. But
I get that when I bend over to tie my shoes. I get it.
I bet you do, yes. But I then did some outdoor karting on a stag do a year or two later, and I was in a lot better shape, personally. I'd done a lot more sort of strength training between that time and whatnot. And I wasn't the fastest on the track, but I was one of the most consistent. So a lot of people would go off like the clappers, but they burned through all of their energy in the first couple of laps, and then towards the end they got really, really slow because they didn't have they fatigued so much they couldn't throw the cart in, as they should. Whereas I was a lot more consistent. You look at my lap times, and they were very, very consistent with each other, and I ended up overtaking most people towards the latter part of the race, which I was quite impressive. So it was good. Bastard.
So
I'm taking you to a Formula One race.
Sure. Will I get ear protection?
No, fuck off. You can have your ears blown up.
Do you wear ear protection? No? Okay.
You can do. It depends where you are, but the cars aren't as noisy as they used to be. They used to be like V8s and V6s and stuff, whereas now they're these turbo hybrid bullshit things, wherever they are, so they're not as noisy.
Interestingly enough, I have had a friend invite me to the NASCAR Daytona 500 race thing.
Oh, yeah.
I've turned it down. Multiple times, actually.
Why? Just go. See if you like it. See if you like cars going around in circles.
Yeah, I can watch a carousel and do the same and get sick. But talk about the elephant in the room. You haven't mentioned my jersey. I thought
you would mention it.
I am wearing...
You know more about NFL than I do. I don't know what it stands for. What does NFL stand for?
National Football League.
Okay, I could have probably guessed that.
So it's very simple. But this is a 94 official jersey. I don't know what team, but I do know the player.
Why are we talking about it then?
So the player, his name is Carl Nassib. And he made news a couple of years ago, and it was very interesting. But I was gifted an official NFL jersey from him, his team, and whatnot. And I thought I was getting scammed, but it's real. And it's really uncomfortable too. These things are so damn uncomfortable. Do you see this? That like the actual stitching and the numbers on it are just so stiff they barely bend. So, I mean, it's enough. And yes, I still have the tag
Still
on
have
it.
the fucking tag on it.
The official NFL tag from it.
Absolute melon.
Yeah, well, because the last time I wore this was 3 years ago, when I got it. I took pictures in it, and I did my own YouTube channel story on it, how I got it and everything. And I had to fish this out from the back of my closet for this episode. So yeah, I thought I'd dress the part, even though I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But what I do think I would enjoy watching is I would enjoy watching polo. I love horses. I've been to the racetrack multiple times. And the idea of throwing in a little more than just going around in a circle with horses, I think you throw in the element of scoring and a game and a little mallet and cute little colored balls. I thought it'd be fun to watch a polo match in person. And that seems to be bigger over where you're from than where I'm from.
Yeah, we also have the horse races as well. The Grand Nation or something like that.
Grand National?
Yeah, probably Grand National, something like that. Yeah, and they do like the hopping over shit, and then occasionally you see a horse.
We have the Kentucky Derby. Kentucky
Derby
is really huge in Kentucky.
Is it in Kentucky?
Where go figure. Where you wear big hats, like huge hats, and if you are a part of the elite, the bigger the hat you wear, and they get personally made for you to match your outfit. Women always wear the dress. And if you're even higher than that, costs an arm and a leg to have a seat in a tent. So you'll have your own tenting area that you pay for to be inside. So it is for the elite. It is the snob, like, yeah, it's definitely one of those, if you're there and you're in a tent, you have money. Whereas anybody can go to a football game. Anybody can go.
Although it can be quite expensive, especially in the UK in terms of our football. It can get really pricey to get tickets to the stadium and season.
You're talking soccer?
Yes. Like I said, our football.
Okay. Right. So I just want to make sure. If people couldn't tell who the Brit was and who the Yank was. All right. So I have to, when I talk to you, I literally have to translate in my head before I talk, which really fucks up my speech with you.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, well, sounds about right.
Again, we've covered this. Like, for me, I understand what you mean, whether you're giving me the English term or the American term. It doesn't confuse me.
Because you've spent a lot more time in America than I ever have in the UK.
I'm just not a fucking piece of shit. That's what it is. I just understand. But it's not just you. I've noticed this with Americans in general. They seem to misunderstand or get confused when it comes to English terms that we're used to here that aren't all that common in America. But the other way around, we don't get confused. We'll know what you're talking about. If you say sidewalk, we know what you mean. We know you mean the pavement. We're not going to like have an aneurysm and shit ourselves as we fucking try and figure out what's going on. We're okay. We cope.
Do you?
You guys don't so much. I don't know why it is. But it's really funny.
Yeah, well, we are who we are, I guess. And maybe one day I'll be a Brit, and one day you'll be a Yank, and all of our dreams will come true.
That'd be good. That would be a really good way to conclude the podcast. To do a total role reversal. To swap places. And then start over.
So I have watched, okay, so I'm going to name drop in a second. So there is basketball, and I've been to professional basketball games as well. I don't know why, as someone who does not like sports, I've been to so many professional
You've seen more
games.
stuff than I have, yeah.
Like, I don't understand that.
I've been to a couple of football matches. Sorry, soccer matches, just so you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's been okay. But again, it's not my thing. I just find football is mainly filled with hooligans in this country. It's just people that are just angry, drunk, and just a total waste of human oxygen. But yeah, and I just find it really annoying as well. These players, they make so much money to run around, and they're constantly faking fouls and falling over, and it's just bollocks. If it was down to me, if you complain that your leg hurts, I say, okay, amputate it, you're gone, career over, fuck off. And yeah, if you get caught out cheating, I would have you banned from the rest of the season, because then you'll soon get these players starting to actually play football better rather than turning it into some sort of dramatic piece of shit that football is these days.
Gotcha. So I was invited by Ice-T, the rapper, to go to Big 3, it's called. That was fun. I will say I genuinely had a good time. Watching full court just is annoying to me. But the Big 3 is professional half-court basketball. So you're not like just whipping your head left to right most of the time. It's more like street basketball, but on a professional level. And the music is great. And, he did I say Ice-T? He's going to kill me. So it was Ice Cube, by the way. Ice Cube owns it. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my God.
So Ice Cube performed. Shout out to Ice Cube for the invite. Fuck.
Brilliant.
Oh my God.
Brilliant.
Anyway, I'm going to screw up something in every episode. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm fully aware.
See a pattern?
I'm fully prepared for it at this point. I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's all good. It's fine.
And you love it.
Well, it gives me something to laugh at. If you were smart and not like most Americans, then I think that would bother me more. But the fact that you are the American that I know you are, is great. It's great. It gives me plenty of opportunities to go, America. And there was one there, you can't even get fucking names right of people you're name dropping. And that's not the first time you've done that either.
I know. I have issues. I don't know. This sucks. This totally sucks. I am not doing America justice.
Oh no, you are. Okay. You are doing it justice. This is perfect. Nothing to worry about.
I will tell you one thing I will never do. I will never apologize for making a mistake. Won't do it. Like, I don't see myself doing that. Like, if I make a mistake and correct myself, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world that I said Ice-T. Who is, like, a rapper / actor, like, same genre, same area, same time frame in life. So I'm not that worried, I think. But it'll give the people who listen and watch us plenty of comments and give them a lot of ammunition to express their thoughts and opinions down below. I could see the comments now. You don't know what the hell he's talking about. Invite me on. I want to talk about. I could do a better job talking about this than he can. So that'll be fun.
I'm going to get you a t-shirt that says that I was once invited by Ice-T. People are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who is Ice-T?
With lemon. Jeez. Do you drink well, you don't drink iced tea, do you?
I do like iced tea. I love Arizona. That's very, very good. Every time in America, I will get a gallon of Arizona, throw it in the fridge, and that is a really nice, refreshing thing to have when I come back from a very hot day, especially in Florida, where the minute you walk outside, you just turn into ice cream, and your sunglasses fog up straight away, and I have to have windscreen wipers on my sunglasses so I can actually see where I'm going.
You
But it's
and
nice
your
to get back
cheap
home.
ass sunglasses. Yeah,
They are not cheap. They are not cheap.
Really?
I when I'm around places like theme parks where there's higher risk of damaging things, I tend to have cheaper ones with me, so I don't care if I damage them on a ride. Because I have before. I've bought brand new sunglasses before. I was in Six Flags in LA, and day one of this trip, I crushed them in my pocket. I then had to go to Walmart and buy some piece of shit plastic crap for their like $12, whatever it was, just so I had something to use, because the hell with buying something expensive again just to break it again. So yes, now I have got nicer pairs of sunglasses that I'll use when I'm just out and about, which you haven't seen me wear.
No,
and I also have the
haven't.
cheaper stuff. So
I haven't at all ever seen you wear something
so
worth
reserve
more
your fucking
than
judgment,
$12.99.
you condescending bastard.
I've never seen you wear anything worth more than $12.99. So, but
even my cheap ones are worth more than that.
I won't. I've seen your cheap ones. I question that.
They weren't that cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, there was I can't remember the name of them. It's an online brand that
It's a
brag about.
brand.
No, they're not no
brand.
name, but they brag about sustainable, recyclable sunglasses. So it's plastic free and all that sort of stuff. I can't remember what they're called though. It's like something in the wind or some bullshit, like car in the wind. I don't know, but it was like it was the two of them for But they're I think they're about $40 each or something.
Just wanted to make sure that I have a pair of sunglasses in this room right now. You've seen the sunglasses I wear at work. Like when I'm out and about at work, a lot of times I'll take pictures and send it to you. And my sunglasses are probably the cheapest, one of the cheapest ones I own.
And they were given to you as well. So you need to pipe down. You need to get off your
What are you talking about? The ones I wear at work were not given to me. I purchased them. The other ones that were gifted to me are sitting right up there, actually. Right up there, right out of camera view. I wanted to make sure that they were still there. I was very fortunate for that one. But I am a sunglass snob. I have over $10,000 to $15,000 worth of sunglasses in my house right now.
Damn.
That's why I have a safe. Yeah.
That's why I have a safe for your sunglasses.
Yeah. When I go on vacation, I will take 4 or 5 pairs with me for different outfits, and I keep them all in the safe for that reason, because my average is $350 to $500 US for a pair.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So it's just that's been one of my little quirks that I have that people don't know. That I have collected sunglasses for years. But we'll go from iced tea to beer, because beer seems to be the number one thing that people buy alcohol-wise at a sporting event. And I cannot stand beer. Like, what is your take on beer?
I'm not a beer drinker. I don't like it at all. I don't like beer. I don't like wine either. I haven't found a wine that I enjoy. But yeah,
we're gonna do a wine tasting test. We're gonna do a wine tasting, by the way.
God, that's gonna be a horrific day. Why? I'd rather just fucking give myself chemotherapy, to be honest.
I don't think you're doing it right.
What chemotherapy?
Drinking the right wine.
Probably not. I've got a full head of hair still, so I probably haven't done the chemotherapy correctly. Yeah, I need to up the dosage. But yeah, I just haven't at the moment. I'll give it a go. But I am again, you've got to remember, I'm quite a sweet tooth. So again, I like things like cocktails, which are then fruity. I like spirits. I'm a spirits person. So yeah, right. I do like rum, vodka, gin.
Right now in my fridge, I have a peach pie wine, dessert wine that you might like.
No idea.
Wine comes in so many different forms. I have a Martha Stewart wine in my house right now.
Of course you
do. Don't drink them. I have a Dolly Parton wine, Chardonnay, right now. I have 3 bottles of the Dolly Parton Chardonnay sitting in my house. I have the 19 Crimes Martha Stewart one here, and a bunch of others. The peach pie bottle of wine. I don't really drink wine, but when I find something I kind of enjoy, I just kind of indulge in it, and I will buy it just to have. Which is really crappy of me because I'll probably never use it. It'll be more like something I would gift to somebody
Yeah.
beforehand.
I don't do champagne either, and it annoys me because champagne is quite popular when it comes to flying. So in the airport lounges or on the planes and stuff, I like to go around with champagne. I'm like, it's not my thing. It's just far too fizzy, not that tasty. It just tastes horrendous. I was in Singapore, flying back to the UK, but via Doha with Qatar. And it was an early flight, so I was in the lounge in the morning, and I went to try and get myself a cocktail for their menu. I thought, why not, get shit faced early first thing before I get on the plane? And they said, we don't serve alcohol yet. We don't do it in the morning. So can I interest you in champagne? And it's like, well, that is
What's
alcohol.
the difference?
Dumb bitch. I was like, no, I don't. The reason why I'm asking for fucking cocktails was I don't like champagne. But so I ended up having to have water. I thought, how crap is that? How bollocks is that? You paying all this money and stuff. I'm not allowed to have a cocktail from their own damn menu. What difference does it make?
Yeah.
I'm the customer. If I want to get rat face on my way back, let me do so.
There are laws about that, though. It's very interesting. That is something we can get into on another episode.
The thing is, though, when you're in an airport, you're through. You've left the country, and you go through that security area into the departure lounge. You're out. You're not really in the jurisdiction.
That is so not true.
Yes, it is. When you're flying internationally, it is. It is.
Are you sure?
Of course it is.
Because I know going on a cruise, if you have a casino on the cruise, right, you have to, and when you're docked and you get on the cruise, they cannot open up the casino piece until you are in international waters where it is okay, right?
Yes.
So why would I believe air, water, traveling?
Because you've left the country. When you've scanned your passport and gone through security, you've left the country. You are no longer in that country.
New Jersey. I could be sitting in Newark, New Jersey, and following the rules of London or Asia just because I've already had my passport scanned.
If you're flying internationally, you've left the country. You're gone.
You've got to be wrong. That does not make sense to me.
So what point do you think it makes sense? When your tires lift up from the tire?
Yes. Once you hit a certain point where you are, if you were to, because God knows this is going to happen to you one day, you're going to be up in the air, and when you get pushed out of the plane for being an annoying little Brit, and where you land is the country you're in at that time.
Okay, right. Hold that thought.
God help you, I will be the one to push you out of the plane if you keep this shit up.
But this is the thing that I find interesting.
Yes.
So I was traveling with Qatar during Ramadan, and because during Ramadan they only have like fucking dust and water for to consume. So their lounges in the airport in Doha had no food whatsoever. And it's like, I get it. This is your religion, and this is what you do. That's fine. Completely understand. But I don't follow that. I'm hungry. I need to eat something. And when I was doing my layover in Qatar, I didn't enter the country. I transferred through the airport. Not once did I enter the country. So I don't need to follow their rules. I'm not in the country. But I had no choice but to eat fuck all. So, yeah. But technically speaking, it's a international transit zone. So, yeah, you're in the process of,
leaving the country.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you still are under the jurisdiction of the country's laws. But but still.
Yeah. So
it's fun though. It's fun to think of that, you scan your passport off, fuck off.
So, for shits and giggles, I will go to a Formula One race with you, and you will go to a wine tasting with me.
And a
And
hockey
maybe
game.
you will find, and a hockey game is because it's fun for you. So
Well, in theory,
absolutely.
providing someone dies, then it'll be really fun.
The more blood, the less teeth, the better the game. That's how I see it.
I also want to go to. I'm guessing it's in like Texas or something with the the bulls. There must be
Rodeo?
something. I fucking know where you just
Bullfighting?
have bullfighting, yeah, or whatever. Because I'd root for the bull. I want to see that the bulls fuck up some people. Cause them to flip in the air. I love seeing videos where you have this traditional shit going on and you have bulls running down the street or whatever, or in a massive sandpit area with people. But I like it when the bulls win.
And that's a sport. And that is a sport. We will
and I'd love to watch that.
I'd love to see you in a 10-gallon hat and a pair of boots and a pair of jeans with your $12.99
doing a hoedown.
And I love that. All right, if you think there is a crazy ass sport where you're from and you want to see us maybe do a reaction video to it, I think that would be
go
fun.
Experience it. Go watch it. See what you think.
And let us know down below. And I think this is great. And if you have not, the real conversations, if you think this is real, you should see our conversations afterwards where Matthew and I debrief and we just let it all fly. So that is for our Patreons, and sign up for that. Everything should be down below. Let us know what sport you want to see us react to and see, and what your favorite sport is, because I will give it a shot. I am willing. Are you willing to give it a shot, Matthew?
Absolutely. I always go and see something at least once. And if it is something really good, like I'd love to do the Super Bowl one day, just to say that been to the Super Bowl, had that experience of all this fucking trailer shit gets shown during the halftime show, whatever it is, and some random artists, all that sort of stuff. Really cool to do one day. To say like, I've done it. I think the game itself probably be a bag of shit, but again, the experience of going to the Super Bowl to be like, I went to one.
All right, and well,
it was cool.
We will definitely do our best to listen to what you guys have to say and see what we can experience in the near future. Thank you very much for watching or listening, depending on where you are catching this. We, at this point, I believe, will be doing... we've been tossing around the idea of doing a daily 5-day-a-week show. So
it might be happening by now. Who knows?
Yeah, we shall see.
It depends on what you guys and what you want. If you're wanting more of our bullshit to, bless your ears every single day of the week, let us know. We'll do it.
All right. So, again, my name is Dwayne. I apparently am the dumb Yank. And say goodbye to my friend, the Brit, Matthew. Bye, Matthew.
See you again soon.
Bye.